Hey guys, welcome to Drawing with Abby. In today's video, we're going to be doing a draw along with my Samsung S22 Ultra in Clip Studio Paint. Now, the drawing video that you guys see is been sped up by about 50%. To start off with, I'm going to be using my marker brush that's in Clip Studio Paint. The reason why I use this brush is because it's nice and big and chunky, and I'm able to block out shapes really quickly with this brush. So here I'm just exploring a bunch of different poses, exploring shapes. I'm not really too focused on details at this stage. I'm really just trying to figure out and nail down what kind of illustration I'm going to be drawing. Just a quick note, this video is just going to be covering the sketch stage of this particular drawing. I will be posting another video that covers the inking stage of this drawing. So one of the things that you see me doing here, and it's something you're going to see me do a lot during this video, is that I'm switching to a soft eraser brush to just quickly erase my drawing. And the reason why I do that is because I want to build on top of it. So you can see I haven't erased it entirely. I just sort of lightened my lines, and then I've gone back to my marker brush. I've reduced the brush size of the brush just so I'm able to start doing a little bit more detail, just refine my drawing just a little bit more. So even at this stage of the drawing, I'm not being super detailed. I'm more so focused on just refining and defining more things about this pose. So for example, just sort of highlighting where I expect my eyes, my nose, my mouth to be in that specific head tilt in this particular pose, working out the rough shapes of anatomy, marking where my elbows are, where my wrist is, the rough hand shape of the pose. Again, not being super focused on the details. And the reason for this is that I just want to make sure the drawing's working as a whole before I get into that more detailed phase of the sketch. You can quickly find yourself being put into a corner if you're focused too much in details, and then you realize, oh, wait a minute, my arm shape's not exactly the where it's supposed to be, or I've placed my nose incorrectly on my face, and you wasted a lot of time and a lot of effort. So you can see here, again, I grabbed my eraser brush, I've lightly erased my lines, I've reduced my marker brush size, and now I'm starting to add just a little bit more of that detail, really working out those shapes. Here in the nostril, just working out the bridge in the nose, the tip of the nose, understanding how the lips are being angled in this particular view. So think of it more as sculpting. So you work with a big blocky block of clay that we started off with our blocky marker brush. And then you slowly chip away at it. You slowly start to refine it. You start with more ambiguous shapes, and then break it down into more specific shapes, and then you start adding detail to it. Drawing, especially in the sketching stage, is very much the same way. So you save yourself a lot of heartache and save yourself a lot of time if you sort of approach it from that kind of perspective. Another thing I wanted to highlight is that you'll notice that I often zoom in and out of my drawing. That's for two reasons. First, I zoom in as often as I do just because drawing on a phone like this means you're limited in the screen real estate. So being able to zoom in and just focus on areas is very helpful. I notice I don't zoom in quite as much as I do if I was drawing on my S6 tablet or on my computer, but with my phone, I do feel like I need to zoom in just a little bit more often, just so I have a little bit more screen real estate to focus on details. However, I make sure that I zoom out as often as I can, and the reason for that is, again, this goes back to making sure I don't get too lost in the details, is that zooming out, again, just reaffirms or reestablishes if everything is working in the drawing. So if a detail that I added or some shading that I've added, does that work in context of the overall drawing? So it's super important that if you are zooming in like I am, as often as I am, make sure that you equally zoom out just as often, so that you're able to just, kind of fact check yourself and make sure that what you're doing makes sense for your drawing. One thing I wanted to quickly highlight about drawing on the S22 Ultra is the camera bump at the back and how that can affect your drawing. So if you're the type of person that holds your phone in your hand as you're drawing on it, then you're fine. This problem doesn't affect you at all. However, if you're like me, if you like putting your phone down on a flat surface, just like I'm doing in this video, then the camera bump does introduce a problem. As soon as you put any pressure on the screen, you're going to wobble your screen, just because where the camera bump is, it just lays uneven on your flat surface. So what you're gonna have to do is either put something behind your phone to prop it up, or if you're like me, go ahead and get a phone case that stabilizes the back of the phone. So a phone case that makes the back of the phone flush with the camera bump. Trust me, it saves a lot of headache when you're actually drawing on the device. One thing that I try to do at least once during my sketch stage of a drawing is to flip the canvas horizontally. And the reason why I do this is that once you do flip that canvas, it reveals a lot of issues with your drawings that you're just not seeing for whatever reason. Could be the bias of your right or left hand if you're left-handed. Could be the way that you're looking at the screen. But you could immediately see some issues with perspective, with anatomy, with the placement of certain elements of your drawing that just wasn't visible. So I highly recommend doing it. So that was the sketch stage of this particular drawing on my Samsung S22 Ultra. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video, if you want to see more. I will be posting the inking stage of this drawing next week, so be on the lookout for that. As always, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep drawing.